Hi everyone, it's Roger here from What's on DisneyPlus.com. A quick video review of Meet the Chimps. But before we go any further, make sure you do hit that subscribe button to keep up with the latest Disney Plus news. National Geographic's brand new Disney Plus series Meet the Chimps is going to be arriving on Disney Plus on October the 16th. You're going to be getting all 6 episodes at once. I have seen the first episode and it's set in Chimp Haven, which is a chimpanzee sanctuary that you'll find in Louisiana. It has over 300 chimpanzees in a massive 200-acre site, and this is a different kind of site than you'd used to with like a zoo, because guests can't go very often. They only have like 3 or 4 open days a year, and they also have private tours where you have to pay like $500 to be able to go around. So it's not a normal zoo where a lot of people can go. So therefore we're getting a behind the scenes look at this sanctuary. Now these chimpanzees tend to all come from sort of laboratories and stuff where they have been tested on, and ultimately that's not great that that's still happening, and the idea that that's still happening now is very strange to me. But the idea that there is this place that the chimpanzees can go and kind of enjoy life, you know, they can't be released into the wild because they've never lived in the wild, so therefore this is kind of the best thing they can have. They have big enclosures, they have real trees they can climb, there's big social groups, and this first episode kind of introduces us to what Chimp Haven is, but also about the process of introducing new apes into the sanctuary. And I think that is definitely probably a good place to start, to show us how much they all care. The crew that do this series, you know, you can really see how much they love doing it. I did wonder when it started off, because everyone was in full PPE, they had the visors, they had all the gear on, and I'm going, well, when did they film this? I thought this was filmed before now, but they just would go through that usually for the quarantine zone when they'd bring a new chimpanzee. They didn't want to pass anything on. So that was kind of a weird thing. I'm like, oh, is that film now? No, this is something they were doing way beforehand, just to try and make sure that those chimps don't end up with any diseases from being transferred in, and they have to sort of stay in a bit of isolation. And just seeing when they come together and for the first time, and then they're slowly being introduced in, that's fantastic. And it's just kind of a really good feel-good series, and I'm going to be interested to see where this one all goes. I'll be honest, I'm not too sure if they should have dropped this one week to week rather than dropping them all at once, because it might be a little bit samey. I also do question why they've released this one now, and they should have maybe waited until after the Magic of Disney's Animal Kingdom series had ended, because they're very, very similar. The series is narrated by Glee's Jane Lynch, who you might also know from the Wreck-It Ralph movies. Now, I'll be honest, this was the one thing I wasn't so keen on. I wasn't really too keen on how she narrated it. It was a little bit like talking down to us. This is an issue that I have generally, I think, of a lot of the American National Geographic shows, where they tend to sort of lower where they're looking for. They kind of try and turn everything into a big like story, and I just find it a little bit condescending a little bit in terms of how they do it. And it's not just this show. This is happening in the other ones. I find pretty much the same issue really with Josh Gad. If you had somebody doing narration with a different style, the filming and then everything that we see in it would be exactly the same. It's just, that's my one little pick, and I did say the exact same thing about the Animal Kingdom show. So it's just something about me of not really liking how it's being presented with the narration, whether or not they should maybe get in sort of narrators rather than bringing in actors and stuff that are more well known. That's just my own little thing with it. That's really the only nitpick I could find really with it, was that it was one little aspect I didn't like was the narration style. The actual presentation, it all looks great, you know, how we're seeing it, and we're seeing all the chimpanzees and stuff, and overall it's a really solid show. Unfortunately though, it doesn't really do anything new. It's very similar to things we've seen before. So if you like things like Secret of the Zoo, you're going to like this one here. And just if you want to learn more about chimpanzees, this is definitely a show to watch. But yeah, it's nothing groundbreaking. It's pretty simple, straight down the line. It is exactly what you expect, and that's not necessarily a bad thing. But I definitely want to say to you, if you've got a Disney Plus subscription and you like chimpanzees or you like monkeys, etc., watch the show, watch a couple of episodes. You don't have to do all of them in one go. You can spread them out a bit, but definitely worth checking out if you have got a Disney Plus subscription. Anyway, let me know in the comments below if you're going to be checking out Meet the Chimps. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Remember to go check us out over at whatsondisneyplus.com. Like, follow, and subscribe, and I shall see you guys in another video. Laters.